At 15, I was put in detention centre, which is meant to be a short, sharp shock. It's like a youth prison. And I actually thought it was better in there than being at home. And I remember on one occasion, one of the prison guards said to me, when your folks come to see you, when they leave, you'll cry. And I looked at him with real anger, and I said, I won't cry. And I said, I will not cry again as long as I live. Anyway, sure enough, when my father came and left, I never shed a tear. And the prison guard said to me, I hope you're not as dead as you look. I was only 15 at the time, and already he could see a deadness in me. I left home when I came out of that detention centre, and my only qualification was stealing, so that's what I did. And because I wouldn't love anyone, and I certainly wouldn't let anyone love me, I took the painkillers that go with that lifestyle, the drink, the drugs, anything to take away the pain of not having love in your life. At 19, I was in prison again, and there was another change in me. See, the way I dealt with all the abuse I suffered as a kid is I turned that abuse into anger. So I was always fighting. So I was put on 23-hour solitary confinement. And the only way I can describe it is like having a mirror put in front of you. There was no distractions from this mirror. There was no books, no TV, no music. And you were allowed out of this room for 1 hour to walk round an empty yard. And then you was put back in the cell. And I seriously thought about taking God's greatest gift, my own life. Because what I saw in that mirror, I couldn't stand. Because obviously what I saw was this person who was becoming deader and deader. I came out of there, and it's a bit, I spent like the caged animal, that I was more angry than ever. And I thought, what you want out of this world, you take, because no one gives you anything. And I started bouncing around the East End and West End clubs of London. And I met some guys who seemed to have everything. They had the money, the power, the best drugs, the best girls. You know, they walked into a club and everyone stopped because they had disrespect for all the wrong reasons. But I expect I wanted that power and I wanted that respect. In my naivety, I thought that would fulfill me. So I started working for these people. And the first sort of jobs they give you is to go to Dover, just up the road, and tell you to pick up a Land Rover. And they tell you where it was, and they give you the keys. And you drive the Land Rover back to London and get paid £5,000, because obviously the Land Rover was full of drugs. And in a very short space of time, I wasn't working for these people, I was working with these people. And at the age of 27, I had everything the world says makes you happy. I had the penthouse flat in St John's Wood. I had the sports cars, the 7 Series BMW, the Sport Merc convertible. I was earning so much money I couldn't spend it. But inside I was empty, because no matter what I seemed to achieve, nothing fulfilled me, nothing satisfied me. I remember Blessed Pope John Paul II said, the person who gives us the desire to search for him in our hearts is Jesus. And no matter what we receive from this world, we will never be truly fulfilled or satisfied until we have a personal, loving relationship with Jesus. Well, I didn't have that personal relationship with Jesus, so I looked for the false gods, what the world says makes us happy and satisfy us. So I took most of the drugs there was. I was on crack cocaine, smoking dope like it was going out of fashion, drinking really heavy. I was also very promiscuous. I remember one girl I lived with for 6 months. She knew no more about me the day she moved out than the day she moved in. Because even though people looked on me as being a hard man, inside I was a scared man. Scared of being rejected for who I really was. So I wouldn't open my heart to anyone. And the more drugs I took, and the more promiscuous I became, the more dead I became.